All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Swain Batty Overwatch League, season 5, obviously, and we're here on the first playoff night. All dub, no blab, vanquished Casting Couch in a 3-1 series to start off the night, and now they move on to their next opponent, 3 Dans 1 Cup. I am 30, and brought to you by my personal spot. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Adrian
hey
Zero?
everyone. It's not 57.5 for the first time this season. Welcome to
Is this the first time we're casting together?
yeah, we've
The
needed you in
Casting Couch
Thrifty.
really separated us, man.
Casting Couch destroyed the casting pairings of this league, but fortunately for all of you, our wonderful fans, we wouldn't have got eliminated. So the whole caster book is open, and that is great because I think this is going to be a super awesome series. 3 Dans 1 Cup versus all dabs, no blab. 3D 1C finished regular season 14.5 points. ADNB finished 14. Very, I mean, literally as close as you can be in a regular season finish. And I think they're
Yeah,
going to be really evenly matched tonight. There is such a complete mismatch of styles between these two teams. I'm really excited to see just how many different strategies these guys throw against each other.
yeah, and we could see a variety of heroes selected on our first map here, which will be Nepal. And like the previous match, the teams have already done their map draft to determine the first 4 maps, those being Nepal, Rialto, Eichenwald, and Volskaya. God, who picks that? uh,
Bad people. Like, all dabs, no blabs. Bad people. That's
yeah,
who.
yeah. But they're all dab no blab. They just came off a win, so they are all warmed up, ready to go.
Yeah,
No
and
roster switches.
I'm really wondering if that's going to be a huge factor in this match. Is having just played 4 fairly intense games against my team, will ADNB be starting this match significantly hotter than 3 Dans 1 Cup, who do have to play without Cruise Master, it looks like. So they do have Cupid Pete in, subbing in on that Reinhardt. But we are heading onto this map. We've got Pharmacy. We got the usual shit coming out of 3 Dans 1 Cup.
Yeah, and Dirty Dan playing the Roadhog to pair up with Cupid Pete's Reinhardt, which is kind of an oddball pick here. But they picked the spam damage heroes in Junkrat and Pharah, so maybe they expected a Goats out of all no blab. But the hook comes
Oh,
through
they don't get the
Scooter, able to
finish.
get out.
Yeah, both these teams just kind of poking at each other. There's some low health bars both ways, but it looks like 3 Dans 1 Cup are a little lower, and they did just lose Heron, so that's going to be the big start here. As there's kind of some pincer moves coming out of all dabs of blood. Oh, there's a big grenade. That hits everyone, and they are going to finish off 3 Dans 1 Cup. Zed gets a bad res that's just going to be more ult charge over the other team. A good start for ADNB.
Yeah, and they rolled out with the Soldier, so obvious rollout against a team like 3 Dance 1 Cup with Heron. And yeah, he was the first blood in that fight as well. So yeah, he decided not to challenge Reefy's Soldier tonight because I mean 80 almost has a visor online, and he switches over to the Sombra.
Yeah, and those are some big ult charges that came through in that fight. The only one we're really close to, we've got Danko, and then we've got Zed coming pretty close. I guess Dano22 coming pretty close as well. As 3 Dans 1 Cup are heading in. And here we go, DPS also gonna be traded on. Dragon was pretty poor, but it doesn't matter with the rest of the damage is coming out. Mana advantage already going over the 3 Dans 1 Cup here, but they gotta be careful. QMP gets very ahead of his team. And now the great Dano equalizing the Soldier ult here, as we've got a pretty brawly fight going on the floor. But this looks like it's going 3 Dans 1 Cup favor, but your Pendrive, that shield is lasting a long time before he finally backs off, but the point will finally flip.
Yeah, and TR Dirty Dan on this Roadhog, he comes in on the clutch. He gets 2 kills there for sure, and yeah, 3 Dance 1 Cup answering back.
Some crazy timing though. Dabs, they got 48% out of winning just one fight. Very slow pace out of 3 Dans 1 Cup.
Yeah, the second fight setup for 3 Dance 1 Cup was unusually slow, and Dirty Dan using that whole hog. Maybe look at this for some push-offs off the map with the Mighty Wolf Transcendence, keep them healthy. Oh, that's nuts. The headshot onto Heron, making 2 onto Dano, 22 as well.
Oh, Josh, though, with a nice tire, gonna take out 2 of his own, and Zed gets a res. This is still looking good for 3 Dans 1 Cup, as your Pendrive has the charge in there. He's going very airborne, and he's just gonna be a stagger kill. The Mighty Wolf trying to hold this one out, but I think he makes it out with his life here.
3D1C holding strong, and they will overtake all dab, no blab with the percentage points. Free feed. Oh, it gets into the 1v1. Heron with the isolation.
Big stagger. We're getting dangerously close to 1 fight territory.
Yeah, and I wonder, they're gonna have so many ultimates online here for all dab no blab. They're gonna have the combo, the Dragon Strike, and they're gonna have a visor with a nano. So they have two options here. Do you do nano visor or do you do the Dragon Strike combo?
Oh, Senpai! He's
Oh,
getting that free uncontested flank again, but he will get res. And actually, the picture coming the other way. This is not good for all dabs, as they're just losing everybody on this entry. And oh man, Freaky, get the hell out of there, my dude. You have to survive. Your team can't get staggered here.
oh no. Oh, this is so good out of 3D1C. The discipline, they know there's only one guy here. They push him out. And yeah, it looks like he actually. Oh no!
He gets picked at the last second. That's a disaster. Now, can anybody touch? I don't know, because they have the ults and there's nothing available for the other team. Your Pendrive is going to get stopped before he gets on. The Dragon comes out, but it's being transcended. But we did it overtime here, and there is a huge ult advantage in favor of the dabs, but it doesn't look like it matters because 3 dabs 1 cup are out fighting right now. Freaky with the visor, no nano, trying to come up the front, but it's just him and Azaria doing what they can. Josh Danko with another tire. Oh no, this is gonna end it. All the tires going in. It takes out Freaky, and your pen dry is not gonna be enough. Round 1 in Nepal, going over to 3 dabs 1 cup, saying no warm-up required.
Yeah, wow, that's a good first strike here for 3D1Z, and they are able to reel in Senpai and Freefy. I mean, they were getting some good picks at the start of those fights, but 3D1C, they have some good discipline with their ults, and they're able to combo them together to win. And how did that Dragon Strike kill those people through the Transcendence? That's Mercy? There was no Mercy on the field, was there?
Maybe everyone was just shooting in there. It's my favorite way to counter Transcendence. Everyone fucking hit your M1 all at once.
Yeah, I mean, they had, like I was saying right before that fight, they had 4 big ultimates online, but not
They
gonna
just
be
didn't
enough.
get a good setup, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's been ADNB's kind of problem all seasons. If it's not Freefy and Senpai just popping off the old-fashioned way, they don't always have great setups with their ultimates, but we'll see if they can maybe get something more going together here on to round 2, as both these teams are going up and contesting the high ground nice and early. A nice boot from Freefy, who I really like the Spara swap out of.
Yeah, I like it too, and yeah, Heron sticking onto that Sombra. They don't really have an adept hit scan player of their own to take him out of the sky, but Senpai, he's coming in huge though on this McCree. All Dab No Lab will secure the fight and secure the point to start this one off.
Yeah, and unlike the last round where it really felt like it was Senpai popping off every fight and Freefy, not as much. There was a ton of damage coming out of that far right there, and you know when Senpai's on that McCree, big damage is coming out too. So the 2 of them popping off is enough to win any given fight, and we see it here. They start with the point again, but now we do see Heron kind of poking up high, trying to poke away at this Freefy. Oh, he almost gets him, but Freefy lives.
Yeah, and the Discord's on him too, so, oh, there it is. Yep, Heron takes him out. Dano22 is on point with those Discords, but Josh Danko, he actually wins the McCree battle.
Ooh, yeah, and now that's going to give Zed the chance to go up and res here, so this is a man advantage, but then they lose. The Mighty Wolf beats out Dano.
I mean, I just said it. They don't have an adept hit scan player. Just kidding. Josh Danko on the McCree, but yeah, there he is. Not going to win that battle. Gets taken out. Your Pendray coming in huge with the Reinhardt. And
late picks going over to ADNB there, but a bad EMP out of Heron there. That fight already looked like it was on the fast track to being lost. The EMP so crucial. Maybe he wanted to make the swap, but I feel like they needed to find something more meaningful with that EMP. He is going back over the Pharah, however, but they are about to push into a lot of ults out of ADNB.
yeah, most crucially, this Deadeye on Senpai. And there is a pharmacy too, so I mean, this is really the pharmacy counter, right? You just have to shift up in the air, you get the Deadeye activated, and you usually get 1 or 2 kills.
Yeah, this timer already over 70% here. This is, for all intents and purposes, the final fight. And they're pushing into 5 ults right now. They need to find a play of their own, but here we go. Senpai looking for the Deadeye. They get the knockdown onto Cuban Pete. Oh! And there we go. Deadeye takes out 2. Staticus will be able to res 1. So these teams are kind of making their way over to the point. There were some kills traded here, but a whole hog coming out. And an ult out of Freefy doesn't do a single tick. And now your drive Camera doesn't do shit either. The Mighty Wolf is buying time with this Transcendence though. There is still a man advantage to the dabs, but Senpai needs to shoot Zedekiss out of the sky. Zedekiss is buying so much time. He's gotten one of his tanks back to the point. Cuban Pete going to get the hammer, going to get the charge. He's buying time himself, and now it's his McCree. Can Josh Dingle find it? No, he cannot. And the dabs are going to hold out and win this round 100-0.
Wow, yeah, and 3D1C just, I don't think they could really find an opening. Senpai controlling that high ground, especially after they switched to Pharah, is going to be really tough. And yeah, all the no blab coming in hot.
Yeah, but 3 Dans 1 Cup gonna be some team players here to make sure we get to see everyone's favorite map on Nepal. We're going over to the Bang Sanctum to take it all.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, there it is, Dano 22. You know, maybe that was another reason why they were so slow on the setups. They weren't running the Lucio, and now they are. So maybe we can expect, and Lucio on the other side as well from Mighty Wolf. So we can maybe expect some more fights on Sanctum here, at least for the frequency of them. Junkrat McCree though, on the opposite side for all Dabno Blab, which are good picks on this map in their own right.
Yeah, but it's gonna be difficult into that Para. Heron gonna have a lot of pressure to be putting out the deeps. Oh, there it is! Living up to that pressure. Heron gets the pick. There is no res on the dabs.
Oh man, I know. Boosters are up for Spagooter, so he won't enter the pit to start this one off, but Cuban Beat's gonna be the first victim of the Bang Sanctum, the Mighty Wolf, with the heads up boop.
Yeah, a bad. Ooh, Heron is just popping off here though. Gets a ton of damage. There's your Pendrite comes in. And light speed from the far side of the pit, but there's a lot of purple members in 3 Hands 1 Cup, but I don't think it's going to matter here as they're getting some last kills here. Sword of Mace, the final one to fall. Make that Freefy the final one to fall. No, Freefy, get out of there. You wanted to stay on the point.
Yeah, he goes down quick enough though, and Pretty 1C though, they're answering back from not being able to cap Village at all. They're able to cap Sanctum first
really
here.
Huge first fight out of Heron there. Now it's their team has a lot of ult charge, but Freefy has the actual ult to start this. Watch out for this tire on the edge. Oh no, Heron gets the D-back though.
Yeah, I mean, Heron is just targeting his counters, and it's working, right? He picked up Senpai, and he picked up the Diva. There's very little to contest him in the sky now, and it looks like the rotation is through the bottom. With the double move!
Now this tire is coming through. It's going to pick Heron out of the sky. What a disaster. Josh Danko, though, he does find a double Deadeye. They're going to try to hold this, but it's just Zed. No, don't res him. You've lost. Zed, you've lost and you're giving them ult charge. Stop doing this.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, okay, Zed is looking for the fly up to his Pharah, but not able to find him up there. But they stalled for a little bit, a couple percentage points. 53 on the board for them, and all that, no blab will take control. Double flashbang. Josh Danko looking for the kill. Diva Matrix coming in on the clutch. Yeah, 3D1C, they're sticking to their guns here. They have not swapped this composition at all. I think neither all that no left. I don't think
they're finally playing some like ult economy. They know they need to get ults to win some of these fights. As the Mighty Wolf is looking for the proof, but I think he has one cup new.
Yeah.
I'm just okay. Senpai popping the high noon. I think this is gonna be shielded out. This is just gonna buy time as the rest of his teammates are gonna win the fight over on the flank. Zedekiss probably wants to get in there and try to res, but he is losing teammates left and right. And I think this is a one fight, but Zedekiss pops the Valkyrie even though his team is down 2 right now. And maybe it's what I call, because as I said, Josh Danko finds 1 kill. This is a very strange fight. Big Purple comes out, a Sword of Mace. And now Dano is down. There's a Nano on his Spagooter. He is going in for some kills. Heron and Zedekiss low up in the sky, about to both go down, but they still hold their lives. Now Hammers being dropped, Diva bombs being dropped, but this is looking like Dabs are going to hold this fight.
Yeah, and I mean, they just invested way more ultimates. I mean, the silver lining here is 3D1C did force all those ultimates out. So they have a bunch of ults on board for themselves, looking really good, ult economy-wise, 5 for this next fight, but all that no blab, they're holding these chokes pretty well. In 3D1C, they're getting split up too, and they're identifying that and taking them out one by one.
Yeah, now the question is, what can 3D1C do with this huge ult advantage? And hopefully it's not get destroyed by this tire, because Freaky wants to win this map right now. And he's gonna do it! Oh, Freaky wins the Bang Sanctum with that tire. There are now 4 members, 5 members of 3 Hands 1 Cup down. They will not get in to contest this point. And that ult advantage doesn't mean a damn thing if you don't get to use it. This series going to start over 1-0 in favor of the Dabs.
Yeah, 3D1C looking strong out of the gate, but all the Abnormal Lab able to calm down and really lock them down. Senpai, no doubt here on the Hanzo.
Yeah, this is just so many times he was over on this left side flank, getting big shots off. No ults necessary.
Oh, solid. Yeah, just solid regular arrow work out of Senpai.
And so that's Nepal would have been the map pick out of 3Dance 1 Cup. So for the second series in a row, opening map is being lost by the team that picks it. Before we head over to Rialto here. How do you feel
Interesting.
about Rialto 30?
It's an okay map. I've had some good times and I've had some bad times on it.
I
It
feel like
hasn't been balanced yet, right? It's still it's stock.
yeah,
For
it has not been changed at all. No, that's not true. They did change the seconds point.
Oh yeah, they did. They made that a little bit easier. Yeah, I was gonna say it's Rialto's a very easy map to full hold on. That first
Yeah,
point
I
it can be
think it's
very
the
very tough.
most defense-sided map in Overwatch, and it has
Yeah.
multiple points that are regularly held. I know my team. We were just when we were discussing our assault map pick, it started with one or two boys saying, "Yeah, maybe Rialto," and then four people just vehemently, "No, absolutely not. We will not play Rialto. We are bad at Rialto. Rialto sucks." So that seems to sum up how most people I've talked to feel about this map. There's a few people that think it's okay, and then some people that just completely despise the map.
Yeah, I'm remembering me falling into the water a lot against No Blab. Back in our I think our first matchup in the regular season. So and it's their pick, right? All that No Blab.
Correct.
Yeah, so this makes sense for them. Mighty Wolf, we should expect a Lucio out of him, and it's a pretty good Widow map for defense and offense on this first point here. So Senpai maybe proactively picking Widow, but he hasn't shown that so far. He really just goes over to answer any other enemy Widows. He's really killing it on this Hanzo, though. Also another really good sniper to lock down this first choke on Rialto.
Yeah, this is maybe more than any map in Overwatch. You could see a team like full push and then full hold and be like, well, that wasn't that one sided.
Right, it's actually exactly what happened to my team. Yeah, 30 or all definitely able to pick up 3, and we got stuffed at point 1. But 3 Dan's 1 Cup though. I mean, it's an okay Pharah map on the attack as well, but it's just so open once you get to that courtyard. I can't imagine Heron rolling out with it on their attack. I like the Sombra pick out of him. And it is a pretty good Sombra map as well. So I'd like to see that coming out of
Yeah,
3D1C.
at the same time, though, that as we were saying, that full hold at the very opening is so possible on this map, and Farah is very effective before you get to that courtyard.
True. Yeah.
So maybe you take loss for that second half of the first point just to have a good fight at the very start. There's so many different ways to play this map, so I think it's a really fun map as a spectator.
True. Actually, yeah, another very interesting way to play it. Maybe folks haven't seen this if they don't watch any tier 2 or tier 1 like pro Overwatch, but goats composition, defensive goats. They hold right at the spawn doors for Rialto. Over the bridge, like on the attacker side, just right up in the grill. And you'd think it'd be crazy, but it actually works. And
Yeah,
what it means though is when you lose, you get 2 fights on Rialto first point. Whereas typically with like more standard compositions, you only get the 1.
all right, so both teams ready. We are hopping in, and I would love to see some of that Goats. I think Goats is awesome on this map. It was a big part of my team's discussion. We were talking about if we wanted to play Rialto. Yeah, for all my problems with the map, the fact that you can see so many varied compositions here, it makes it okay.
Yeah. And now I'm just thinking of all the possibilities or even stuff that I've seen with my own eyes, and I'm faintly remembering a No Wonder Bastion setup here on this initial high ground. Like, yeah, you can do everything here.
You know, the more we talk about Rialto, I'm convinced it's actually a pretty good map. Everyone that doesn't agree with that is just wrong. I'm on Team Rialto now, but I'm a savage. I like just about every map that's been added post launch. But all right, we are heading in. So we've got 3Dans, 1 Cup here, opening on the defense, and it's looking like they are going to go with that defensive Farah. Josh Danko going to what looks like it might be one of the big picks of the night with the brand new Torbjorn, maybe predicting a free fee on that Brigida, and he's predicting it correctly.
Whoa. Well, actually, no. Senpai has a Sombra selected, so it's not true goats. It's, I guess, a solo Sombra ghost variation. Interesting. The Torb turret actually is going to be very effective, though, against this team.
Yeah, Torbs and Yada, Fara, there are some good tools here to deal with what the dabs are running. As it looks like they're going to try to hold this first corner, so nothing too crazy. Maybe Heron gets the big boop here. He's looking for it.
Yeah, he's way up high. I mean, they got to look straight up vertically to even see him up there. Senpai, though, he's able to sneak in that arrow onto Josh Danko's turret, but Josh Danko answers back onto Sword Maze. Now, Heron has this complete flank. What can they do to detain him?
Yeah, watch out, Senpai, though, totally uncontested. He gets right into Zedekis' asshole, but not able to get the kill on him. It does get the kill on Dano, though, and by the way, this cart barely stopped at all. We are pretty far along here. Sudan's 1 cup has not really been contesting it. Now they're at man disadvantage. Healers are going to be traded here, but now Heron and Freefy going to be traded as well. It's just some tanky boys alive still, and they're going to start going down. These are going to be some long staggers here, as I don't think 3Dan's 1 cup are going to be able to contest this again. Dirty Dan needs to, you need to get on the cart. Dirty Dan, you need to get on the cart. Oh my god, what a costly mistake. What a complete lack of knowledge about Overwatch, Dirty Dan. I'm sorry, I don't know you, but that was really, really bad. You got to get on the cart there to reset with your team, as now you've given up the ground and you've given up time. But it looks like 3Dan's 1 cup, they don't want to waste any time, and it is the right call. Great hammer from Cuban Pete into a great rocket barrage. But man, they popped every Q available.
Yeah, they did. They used 4 ultimates there on the bridge. It's effective. That will get the kills, and the cart will slowly inch its way back to its initial first points. And here we go. Dragon comes through from Senpai. Sound Barrier comes through with the speed, and they're charging in. Cuban Pete goes down. Tano 22 maybe a little bit late on the Transcendence.
By the way, no one is pushing this cart right now. Senpai just now realizing it, heading back as the rest of his teammates are pushing forward. Spagooter does pick out Josh Danko there, as we've got some trades, but man, the dabs have their foot on the gas. Maybe they're pressing that pedal a little too far down, as they might have bit off more than they can chew here. Now 3Dan's 1 cup going to finally have a chance to contest this cart. A hook out of Dirty Dan into a whole hog that was completely unnecessary.
Oh, Secret Agent Spagooter. Oh my god. Look at
Ooh!
On the canoe. Wait, he comes back now?
What a strange minute.
That was really strange. And like you said, when Senpai realized, like, hey guys, we're not pushing this cart, he had to stay on the cart, which I don't think is optimal, because the Hanzo pushing forward, being able to pick up those picks is so crucial. But they get the reset here. Graviton was used by Spagooter, so it could be a solo dragon without its grab buddy.
Dano already has a Transcendence available again, too, as it looking like 3Dan's 1 cup are going to try to win this fight outright. They take 3 for just Heron's life. Big win for them. But yeah,
but Cuban Pete going hard, gets purple, it gets punished.
That could have been a very costly mistake. Now Zedekis goes down too. A rally is coming out of Freefy, and the dabs are going to try to swarm this cart. The Dans are trying to get the hell out of here, but they have a long way to run. They can't back up fast enough. Now Senpai is up in everyone's face, chucking out arrows, doing damage, and once again, they're not able to reset. This cart is going to finally be challenged. Here we go, a hammer on the cart with a dragon. Forces the Transcendence out of Dano. He is not able to save Cuban Pete, as he does get members on the cart. A big purple onto Josh Danko is going to cost them his mech. Another nice grenade out of Sorta Base, and the Dans are going to end up winning this cart challenge here.
Yeah, I mean, since those initial picks onto Zed and Cuban Pete, it's been all staggers in a disadvantage fight for 3Dan's 1 cup. Is all dab, no blab. They space out their ultimates. They use quite a bit, but I mean, you use enough to cap the point. You got to push forward on this map, and it's 4 minutes on the clock for them. Looking really good going into point 3.
Just, there has been some, honestly, atrocious time management out of 3Dan's 1 cup here. They haven't contested properly. But, hey, if you pick out Freefy and Senpai, you can do just about anything you want here. They're going to push the hell forward on that one.
Oh, damn. Yeah, look at them go, and wow, methodical. Get out of here. This is our area. Yeah,
Freefy says 1 fight on the Reaper, and nah, man, that ain't me. Swaps over to the Soldier.
Nice, good selection here against Heron, as he's I don't want to say stubborn, but I mean he's on the Pharah, and it's now only RBC in the hit scan counter.
Yeah, and I don't think the fire pick has been a problem. So here we go, Josh Thinker going for one of his vaunted diva bombs. He always finds one. That opens up Heron to find 2 more of his own. And the Dans are going to push onto the Dabs here. 3 for 0 to open this fight up. I don't think they're getting any more picks, so they're just going to poke. That's still a win. They're starting to finally chip away at this time.
Yeah, boom, Dano 22, another kill for him. I think he might have gold limbs on his team. Well, maybe not. Heron
I believe
doing a lot of work.
He's getting a Transcendence every fight.
Yeah,
you don't get that by healing a Zenyatta.
that is true. Yeah, Dano 22 has been popping off from my perspective here. And they only had to use 2 ultimates. Dano 22 picking up another support. Yeah, so they only had to use 2 ultimates that last team fight win. And their ult economy is almost on point, or on par with all Dab No Blab.
Yeah, there are a lot of plays that the Dans could call here in this hold, as they are about to get a hammer down as well. Heron poking up in the sky right now, not really under any threat. As, oh no, Dano does get sniped by Senpai. That could be the big one now. There's no one to transcend it. The ults are coming through. There's a dragon from the back and a purple on a sword of ace. And that is going to be a complete mop-up. Zedekis needs to get on this cart, or just jump off even. As yeah, Zedekis will get the reset. There's going to be a last room contest coming out here for the Dans.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, the second they pick off Dano 22, it's an easy decision. You use the Dragon Strike combo. Zedekis trying to system the Coalescence, but no, I don't think that's ever enough healing to eat that one.
Here we go. Heron, though, going to try to stop this before it can go any further. A 1-for-1 trade as Creepy is looking for it. He takes the, not the Pharmacy, the Moiracy out of the sky.
Yeah, the Nano Visor, it's their second combo in their pocket. They always have those 2 online. They always like to pair them, or not pair them together, but use them fight after fight, and it's looking really good here. Heron on the Tracer, just looking for some stalls. Zed now back on the Moira.
Yeah, now Heron and Josh finally go down. Dano has to transcend just to get out of spawn. He's just barely going to touch this cart, holding for a second. Maybe could have held on to that transcendence, but not going to be enough. And all Dabs, no Blabs, going to push through all 3 on Rialto.
Yeah, damn, they're good at this map. They picked it, they like it, and they're good at it. Getting all 3 on Rialto sometimes very tough, but they do it with even some time on the clock, minute 10. So looking good. They do lead the series 1-0, so they have a little bit of momentum coming into this map.
Yeah, and I know they played well, but to me, the story of that first round was really just a lot of mismanagement out of 3D1C. There were so many situations where they should have been able to get an extra fight on a point, but they were just not contesting cards properly. They were getting staggered in situations where they could have forced themselves not to be staggered. Fortunately for them, they did chunk off a good 3 minutes on that last point. So, I mean, it's Overwatch. You go into a lot of maps and say, hey, if we can just push all 3 points, we'll be fine. But now the pressure is starting to mount because going down 2-0, probably a death sentence. I don't want to say we've never seen a team reverse sweep in the BOL because I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure we've never seen a team reverse sweep in the BOL. And Overwatch, honestly, just a difficult game to get a reverse sweep in.
Yeah, it's so fast-paced. You know, like if you stomp your opponents, it's you don't really have a lot of time to reset your mental. Yeah, it'd be tough, I think here.
And a lot of these matches are so close that even if you do get the momentum back, you're still a lot of the time only 1 mistake away from losing a map. So 3D1C hopefully not going to get to that point. They're going to try to take the enemy's map pick from them. As meanwhile, the Dabs are holding up high behind this Ryan shield. They've got Senpai and Freefy putting out the long-range poke to challenge Heron out of the sky. Anyone else that manages to get caught in their crosshair.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. Most teams don't hold all 6 on this high ground, but I think it's effective because they get some ult charge off spamming the attackers as they push through the bridge.
Yeah, but ultimately they are going to fall back towards this courtyard. So there is a lot of damage going into this Cuban Peach shield. And now I think that may be the sign for the Dabs to contest here. But Senpai does go down. Heron, he is having a big night, trying his damnedest no matter how rough the situation is. And that is multiple picks going over. A big grenade on a sword of mace can't be capitalized by the Dabs. And the Dans going to keep this push up. They find 2 more picks. Make that 4. And they are going to capture this first point as we are seeing a lot of offense on Rialto tonight.
Yeah, I think, is this the first time Dirty Dance played Hanzo, at least tonight, right? I mean, it's looking really good. He had been on that Hawk, which I thought he was doing pretty good on. But this Hanzo really coming through on the clutch on the first point here, and they had some short spawns from all to have no blab, so they're punishing that right now, or maybe
oh, no,
not.
The
Maybe
tanks
getting
maybe pushing too far forward. Yeah, Josh Danko and QP getting a little too hypey here, as now the Dabs should be able to contest something, but they're still a ways away. So if the Dans could just get this cart over the bridge. Yeah, here we go. The tanks are now here. And by the way, any situation that gets Josh Danko onto the Zarya, I am a fan of. Keep an eye on him as they are man advantage. Freefy down early here. Now they're tossing in a dragon of their own, looking for picks, finding one onto Senpai.
Wow, Dirty Dan positively popping off on this Hanzo.
Oh man, yeah, this was the swap apparently. And look at this, Dano doing his job, just chilling back on that cart, making sure it pushes while all of his teammates are up in the face of the Dabs.
Yeah, wow, this is pretty good out of 31C. I mean, there should be a setup fight though coming in from all Dab no blab with the rocket barrage. Stuff your pen dry.
Aaron says, fuck your setup, goes in with a great rocket barrage, and that is point due. All Dabs, not a lot of dab right now.
Yeah, Spagooter gets the Discord, and he is running for his life. He does round that corner, so he lives to fight another day. Freefy just looking for maybe some rando arrows to get the pick here, but Spagooter now has the grab online, so they do have that Dragon Strike combo. They do have the Nano Boost. They have the Transcendence. They got a lot. What do they use here? Dano 22 uses the Transcendence defensively, keeps his front line alive, and Dirty Dan is popping off again.
Yeah, now Transcendence being popped on the other side as there were maybe not as many picks going through initially as it looked like, but it looks like on the pop-up phase of the fight, Spagooter still wants to bail this one out though, but I think he might have wanted to say that, is they do not combo the grab with the Dragon, but it might not matter.
This is the battle of the Zenyatas, man. This is crazy.
Dano, he's 1v3, he's taken out 2 already. Can Dano take out Freefy? Or at least buy time for his teammates to get there. Dano, the Mano comes up so big.
Yeah, and your Pendra, he charges in. He knows that they only have 2 on point. The purple comes out of QVP, but the Zarya bubble clears it, keeping his tank buddy alive, and Dana 22 still throwing in those volleys whenever he can. And the slam, it gets down 2. Rocket barrage over the top.
Oh, but maybe Heron was at too much of an angle there, so he didn't actually do that much damage with that rocket barrage. He lost a lot of teammates in the process. Senpai, M1 mechanics, insane.
Yeah, and this is, you just gotta hit the full reset button here for 3D1C. Just slow it down, back it up. You have, 4 minutes now to just ride it on home, get that 3rd point cap, and move into round 3 here. They have a dragon. They have a dragon online. Maybe just waiting for that graviton to combo with it.
Yeah, both these teams approaching the 2 Transcendences will be big to watch here, since both of these teams do have grab combos available in the future. 3D1C does finally make their way back onto this cart. The poke war will begin again. Your Pendrive doing a good job of challenging this cart, making 3Dan's 1 cup coming to this choke, but he's starting to fall back now. As Josh Danko on the flanko finds Senpai.
Yeah, Senpai, he's too aggressive with the roll forward. Dragon comes through from all Dab no blab. Clears everyone off the point. Transcendence is popped as well. I guess it keeps the team alive. QP goes down. But Dirty Dan answering back. It's a 1 for 1 for 1 for 1.
It looks like the Dabs do want to finish this one off. They drop the hammer. They're going to take out Dano and Danko. And I think that is the end of this fight. But I think the 3Dan's 1 cup are fine with how this went. That Transcendence is gone. And now they have a grab. And they're soon to have both of their DPS ults available. There is a big game-breaking combo that 3Dan's 1 cup can pop out. Spagooter and Senpai gonna need to be huge on the entry here, as they're gonna need to find the picks before the setup happens, or they are going to lose Rialto. Or at least this round of it.
Yeah, and it's exactly, the window is wide open right now for 3D1C. It's a matter of whether they can pull off that execution. And Freefy, he switched over to the Tracer from the Hanzo, so maybe looking to just put some more pressure on this back line. And I've seen Zed and Dano maybe sort of unprotected in a lot of these fights, and there he is, he's in the back line. Coalescence popped preemptively. Deadeye picks up a Cuban Pete, but they still have that combo on Lowain. It already happened.
Yeah, they popped the combo. They popped it in the front. They didn't hit anybody with it. They got 1 kill out of that. How did they screw it up?
I don't know, but oh man, a 4-man flashbang. That's pretty nifty, but he'll go down. Janus 22 pops the transcendence. Now this fight is turned from good to sloppy for 3D1C, but maybe not. Now the grab from All Damn No Blab whiffs as well.
Oh man, but the tank line for the Dabs coming up big. They find a bunch of your Petra, he was holding the shield. He says, I don't care. I'm swapping that damn fly out of the air by any means necessary.
Yeah, I can't really get behind that chatter, but why not? I mean, it's a minute 16 now, so I mean, already All Damn No Blab will have a better time, regardless if 3D1C can cap this or not.
I don't know what happened. I saw the dragon go into the grab. Maybe there was just, I was looking at the other side of the fight because I thought that was a foregone conclusion.
Me too. I was looking at that. I was thinking, man, Freefeed's looking for the pick here, but I'm sure enough the kill feed doesn't show anything.
And now Heron gets picked early on the Sombra. By the way, I'm not a fan of this pick. Heron most likely will not be seeing an EMP this round. As here we go. These teams are committing. Abs want to end this here. They've already found 3 picks, 4 picks, 5 picks. It's going to maybe snag your journey, Daniel. There's 38 seconds. There is chance for another fight here.
Yeah, and Freefeed, he is way out in front. He's on this staircase. He's gonna just sort of sneak a peek here, and oh, Dano22, he's gonna come around. There's gonna be some people nearby. Got Josh Danko with the bubble, so I wonder which target he's gonna select here. He's gonna be very patient. Double blinks in, lands the pulse bomb, but it's just gonna be energy for Josh Danko. Heads up play.
Yeah, but now watch out. Here comes Senpai. 85%, 93, 98. Senpai is behind. He has the Deadeye, and no one has their eyes on him. His team, though, falling apart on the other side of the fight. He gets 1 kill. He needs to bail this one out. He only finds 1 here, but it was just a little too late on the Senpai now going down. And will the stagger spawns be able to do this? There are not all of the Dans available. They have 4 members on this company. Oh no, Freaky not able to blink successfully. Mighty Wolf is stalling out with this Transcendence. Is the Ryan's going to slam into each other's faces? Cameron going to hit a few, and oh, I was wrong. Heron does get the EMP, and that could be what does it.
Oh, the purple was huge though for Sword Face. Cuban Peak goes down. Only Zarya now has the tank for 3D1C, but the dragon from far away.
Senpai jumps into the dragon. No. Oh, it's overtime, but round 2 complete. 3 Dans, 1 cup come through in the clutch, and they will force additional rounds of Rialto.
Yeah, I mean, but just 1, right? This is a hybrid. No, this is escort. Never mind.
This is
so
escort.
yeah,
They get a minute. Damn it.
Damn.
1
nice.
minute to 2:10, and from what we've seen so far of this map, that means this is easily anybody's game.
Yeah. Batty Overwatch League. This is close. A heads up play. Maybe people didn't spot this. I you know, for people who don't know, that World Cup viewer that they released for the client is very cool, right? Imagine if we had that. We could go back and see all the cool little micro plays in the Batty Overwatch League.
But the goal is to have that technology soon, TM. And that definitely means Overwatch League Season 2, which means hopefully by BOL Season 6, we are going to have true esports ready spectating. I'm getting my hopes up.
I know, me too. It would have been so cool because we could have gone back and seen this super cool play. Josh Danko, he saw the charge coming in and he walks in front of his ally Reinhardt and takes the charge with the bubble. So just small plays like that, Josh Danko really showing
fucking good at Overwatch.
He's very good, and he's very good at Zarya. You can tell he's put so many hours into this hero.
So here we go. Something a little different here out of the defense. Your Pendry on an Orisa. Freefy on the Torbjorn. Meanwhile, more of the same coming out of the Dans, and I don't blame them. So let's see, what can they do behind this Orisa barrier? So far, it's just lose the turret.
Yep. Discord coming in, Aaron, so oh!
Dano, welcome to the bad plays in the playoffs. As now Zedekis dead as well. That's both the heals unavailable for the Dans, but there's no falling back, and there's only 30 seconds available. This could actually be very costly, as they're kind of getting staggered here. They might want to just jump off so they can get a reset, but they are still playing. This is going to be so costly. They lose here, but they're still finding the picks. Oh, this is such a tough situation to call. Look, the Dans are pushing forward. They have to be careful. There's a Torbjorn turret far at the back, shooting away at them as Cuban Pete charges in.
Oh man, that's good. That's a good charge, but he is gonna get healed up aplenty from his ally Anna. And yeah, I mean the spawn advantage definitely in favor of 3D1C here, and so it looks like they're gonna get this map position advantage. So they move it into the courtyard.
There we go. It's a nano onto Heron.
Oh, and your Pedro, look where he is on this Orisa. He's sort of off on the side here. And yeah, he gets taken out solo, and Freefy, he has to run for it. And it's gonna be a first point gap. Here we go. 31C looking to go the distance on Rialto.
Yeah, an awkward first point, but a cap is a cap. Sombra is in deep. I don't know if anyone knows he is there. So here we go. Ult's being committed. 3Dance keeping Dano on the cart. The disciplined healer putting out the heals as everyone is fighting right in his sight lines. But they have to be careful not to bite off more than they can chew here. It is overtime. If they make one mistake, this push will come to an end. But Josh Danko is in their faces, putting out the pressure. Watch out though, Senpai is high. Senpai is coming on the flank, coming down the stairs. And if he kills Dano, this round will end almost immediately. Here we go, misses the flashbang, and now Dano gets to sleep. Dano needs to be screaming for his teammates though. Is ever no! Dano can just win the duel! Fuck your DPS!
Oh, but Freefy, he picks up 2 of his own, and the Dragon Strike combo is now paired together. The Dragon's too late after the grab, but they had the EMP in pocket. Heron might be the equalizer needed as they're fighting on the point. He's the last one left. Cuban Pete coming back. He's not going to be fast enough. Josh Danko on the handball, and it ends here. Good round from Heron 911, and it sure
I thought that EMP for a second there looked like it was going to be the huge game breaker to keep that push going, but there was just too much pressure coming out of the dabs there. Still, for a minute 10, they get a solid push here. As like we keep saying all night, I know no one's held here on point 1, but on Rialto holding on point 1, a very viable solution. And the Dans only have to do it for 2 minutes to win Rialto.
Yeah, and I have a feeling this is second. Oh yeah, Josh Danko on the Sebastian, Cuban Pete on the Orisa, and Dirty Dan on the Hog. He's been playing the Hog. Pairs even better with an Orisa. This is it. Yep, they're totally running this. I wonder if they're gonna hold on that one spot.
Yeah, that one spot.
That one spot. Yeah, the no wonder high ground. It's kind of close up. You get a good angle on the spawn doors. Heron 901. Yeah, he's on the Sombra again. So. Maybe looking for an EMP game finisher.
Yeah, on the other side, we do see all dab, no blab, hovering one of their somewhat normal 3 healer, 1 DPS comps with Senpai on that, Hanzo, Freefy on the Brigitte. But this is definitely going to be a good time to be a Bastion.
Yeah, all dab, no blab, they're showing me how many different ways they can run solo DPS. I've seen Hanzo, Genji, McCree. We might have seen a Sombra? I don't know.
Probably, dude. They've done everything.
Yeah.
They're now pushing forward. Oh man, Josh Danko's raining out the damage.
That suck was almost huge. It was almost a triple kill, but not going to be enough. As the card is pushing under them now, they got to drop down. QBB, he's still up on this high ground. He's getting some arrows to the face. A 3D1C, they need to rally behind the shield again. Freefy, he goes in deep, a little too hard.
Oh, he thinks he can challenge that Bastion. That is a famous last mistake, but Senpai will finish the job, but he's losing a lot of teammates in the process, and he's getting hooked. That is going to be a hold for 3Dance 1 Cup as the Mighty Wolf needs to go and politely kill himself. But now, this is a first fight, finally won. And a lot of charge going over, as there are some swaps coming out. Freefy off the Brigitte going over to the Tracer.
Yep. Huh. I mean, it's another good pick against the Bastion, right? Yep. Do you target the Tracer as the Bastion? Probably not. There's so many things else to focus on, but he gets a really far down the bridge flank. Senpai.
Oh man, that's big as they are the big EMP coming out of here. It hits a lot as Sortabase trying to flank this Bastion by himself. He's coming really close to getting the kill, but it is not enough. An incredibly aggressive play out of Sortabase. Maybe not what I would have called there, as that is going to be a team fight 1 for just the EMP. And when I talk about the EMP being such a goddamn impact, well, that is why when it goes well, it is the only ult necessary.
Yeah, there's the counterplay is killing the Sombra before it happens. If the EMP lands onto 4 or 5, 6, it's just a GG, man. There's so little you can do to defend against it. But Freefy, now he's switching over to the Pharah, trying to come at this Bastion at all angles. The Nano Bastion as well. But
they combo though, they hammer, but the Dragon gets...
Wait, what? Hacked? He must have been hacked? Oh, but it doesn't matter. I might have been a crazy defensive hold there from 31C, but not today. All dab, no blab will finish this one out. Herod is in the back just chilling. He was looking for a deep flank, but his team had already died.
Yeah, remember, the point doesn't matter here. It's just the end point that matters. So not being picked, all that matters. It is all one fight here. There are some ults available, some ults close in both directions here. Keep an eye out. Initial advantage going to be
no,
the offense.
Yeah, Herod, he translocated back into a spot where Spaguta was just walking back from the long spawn. So he is spotted out, but he's able to translocate now. He's just trying to run away if he can survive.
Oh, Aaron, he just got the ult. He needs to pop it. He needs to find it. His Freaky is down. Sword Base is down. Freaky didn't get a barrage off, but Aaron dies before getting the off. This is going to be so close, but it looks like it's coming through. It's a very late out. The Mighty Wolf will get the boot, but that might not be enough. Spagooter making it in. He tosses a grab, but there is no one to follow into it. 3Dans, 1Cup are going to barely clutch this one out, but now Freaky coming high. The DPS also coming through, but they don't touch. Freaky dies as the round expires, and this series going to be tied up 1-1.
Yeah, wowzers, 31C. What a performance here on Rialto. But the play of the game, going over to Freaky on the other side. What do we got here? I know, yeah, this is the fight that they won here on first point. Just so much damage from this Pharah up in the sky. Great purple, though, as well, and just some easy, methodical cleanup for Fifi.
Yeah, man, Sword Base, you know, that flank onto the Bastion 1v4 might have been pretty crazy, but he gets some leeway. He has been fantastic with these grenades tonight. The number of times where I blink, and as a caster, you just have like little cues you look for that you know usually means somebody's about to win a fight. And when you see 3 purple health bars, it's like, okay, that whole team's about to die. Sword Base is winning a lot of these fights early for his team. And we'll forgive him for that flank for it.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, as we are getting ready for map 3 here, going to be going over to Eichenwald. So Hybrid was the third choice. Unlike the monsters in the first round, these guys holding 2 CP off as long as possible. As this series tied up 1-1, and another map with a lot of tactical diversity, Eichenwald, where even when these teams have the momentum, you might see them completely swap comps from point to point. Especially with all Dabs No Blab, who are subscribed to the 30 school of thought of completely swap your comp every round. So I am really excited to see what we're going to see out of these guys on Eichenwald. As I'm thinking we might finally see some Widowmaker come through. Both these teams have, other than a few, maybe a life or 2 of it out of Senpai, we haven't really seen any Widow tonight. Whew, I'm exhausted, guys. Only casted 2 games. These guys, this better be a 4-game series. I don't know if I can handle 5. As it looks like we're just getting a sec out of these guys. So I'm going to take a second to treat you all to the sound of silence, as I am going to grab some water because I will die if this series keeps up. Are we muted? No, I'm good, as in I'm muted or they hear me. Hey guys, we're not muted. Welcome back to the Patty Overwatch League. I'm Co-Commissioner AJ0. I hope you know me. I think we just need a sec here. I think there was one last drink break being called from 3Dans 1Cup. I know that because I saw him going to the fridge. Whew. All right, so we are in Eichenwald. Map 3 here is these teams pushing the tempo here. Obviously, as everyone is prepared, playoffs have the potential to go a little later, especially the second round. As there may be some time conflicts here. I know there are players on both of these teams that can have issues if this match goes too late. So we are heading into Eichenwald. It's going to be 3 Dans, 1 Cup opening on the defense.
Hello.
As I am not too sure what to expect here.
Whose pick was it?
So we've got Eichenwald coming up. This is going to be 3 Dans, 1 Cup's map choice. And not a surprise. I know a lot of these guys on a personal level really like Eichenwald.
Yeah, and we maybe get to see some lore-friendly Torbjorn. Very cool.
Yeah, I think it works here on the defense, which is what 3D1C are opening with. So I think Josh Danko is going to stick with this. We're going to see Torb Sombra composition coming out here as Zedekis going to play Zenyatta. That's that ain't
how do you feel about that?
He's not going to be ulting every fight like Dano was. Let's say that.
Yeah, I mean, interesting. I guess they just wanted to flex Dano onto his very, very comfortable and good Ana. Yeah, interesting. Let's.
Yeah, maybe they feel like they wanted the Ana, but they also need the Transcendence because they know Spagooter's been hanging on the Zarya, as he will be again. So we'll see how it goes. 3 Dans, 1 Cup, playing this somewhat far back. A lot of respect being given. As ooh, nice! Aaron gets the early pick. Sword of Mace already down. That is going to stop this first push right in its tracks. I think as no, maybe the Dabs are content to just keep pushing this one forward. 5 versus 6. Senpai and Freefeed, they're looking for the shots.
Yeah, they're wrapping around.
Oh, nice boop.
Middle tower, yeah.
Oh, no, not a nice boop. He killed me and he killed you.
Oh yeah, and, oh my god, Heron popping off there on that Sombra. He's 4 or 5 kills. He's already 65% on this EMP. Defensive hold for him, 3D1C.
Yeah.
Oh, oh my god, do you see Senpai right now? Dude, they have no idea.
Wait, where is Senpai?
Look, he's next to the point. They have no clue
oh,
he is here.
Oh man! Senpai about to shove his gun straight into somebody's nether regions. There we go. Going in, he finds and he takes out Dano, who's probably screaming, what the fuck right about now. Heron though, with a huge EMP coming through, and it might not matter that they lost their healer so early. Zedekis with the solo heals and Yana gonna easily hold this when you get a big EMP like that.
You said it. You said it all last map on Rialto. EMP, when it's good, it's the only thing you need. And even having your Ana picked off right before it doesn't matter.
Yo, I want to give a shout out to Heron. He is vindicating me right now. I have been saying all season long, I've been on this EMP hype train, and I've seen so few good EMPs. I tell Heron he can't play it. He's playing it, guys. He is going off. Getting picked by Senpai, giving advantage to the enemy team. His team, though, still with 5 ults available, but this is going to be a very explosive play. There's a lot of ults coming.
Oh! Wait a minute. Oh, but it doesn't matter. He takes himself, but here's the Nano Hog from Dirty Dan. Not going to be enough as he goes down as well. And most unfortunate as they used 4 ultimates there and still lose the fight. Or actually just 3, yeah.
Speaking of not many ults being required, just a hammer and a Deadeye there, as that was a massive hammer out of your Pendrive who says, you want a trance to counter? Right, I'm going to push these mothers right off the stage. A great charge out of your Pendrive to finish that fight off, as he single-handedly wins that fight for his team. And now Senpai, as I was saying before this map, when are we going to see some Widow? Always on this point too, as he gets bitten by Josh Danko though.
We're gonna see Widow immediately sniped from Torbjorn, and the Molten Load stops the card pushing for a bit here, but everyone scatters, and no kills are reaped from it.
Despite tanks being hooked and bolted.
Oh! Got them. Yep, it's the auto pause is because someone disconnected, and there is Senpai now. Yep. Senpai disconnected. Wow. But I was gonna say, Freefy switched over to the Hog, and he pulled down his counterpart from the top ground, and looking like an okay fight to start off here for all Dab No Blab.
As these guys probably being treated to a very unpleasant pause right now. There's a lot of ulti moves being popped in there. For those of you that aren't super aware, Overwatch, if you are, loves to keep repeating whatever sound you are currently in the middle of. So fortunately, I am being treated to the sweet sounds of the birds of Germany as a caster. My camera pretty far back.
Yeah.
But these players are probably suffering.
Yeah, you crank that sound volume or the sound bar down to 0.
So
I guess we'll I mean, might just hopefully.
Right, Senpai rejoined
right
here, so hopefully this is just the second here. But this, well, fortunately he didn't have any ult charge to lose, as you do lose your ult on DC in Overwatch, unfortunately, since it does put you back to spawn. But this fight looking like it's going to be a pretty close one, as it's a Mighty Wolf currently in Transcendence. So that's going to be wearing out just a moment here. The big one I want to see is if Cuban P can get picked off. But here we go, guys. Back into the action.
Yep.
They do get that pick through. The Reinhardt going down for the Dans. Losing their sad turret as well.
Is he actually playing from a hotel?
He's a professional, dude. Yo, Zedekiss.
Okay, Josh Dango takes him out again in the Torb versus Widow matchup. But then he gets taken out himself.
This is very bad out of the Dans, as Heron's going in there trying to take it all, but he will not be able to. But a lot of time lost where this cart was not contested here, as this is man advantage for all Dab No Blab here. So they're going to try to take this point. Yeah, 3 Dans will not get to this point.
Yeah, the Graviton keeps them in place. So a quick follow through as they're looking to clean up as many kills as possible. Picks up Josh Danko, but now they're sort of scooting through this choke. Zed goes down from the slam, but might have been an over-aggressive charge as Dirty Dan punishes that and knocks up his Hog counterpart. And picks up another hook. Damn.
Finally.
Damn.
Finally, the defense coming together here, as we will not get a legendary Eichenwald bridge defense, but point 3 can be pretty exciting as well. As we do have some swaps. Dano saying, you have no idea what to do with the balls. Give them to me. Zedekiss over to the Moira. Josh going over to Junkrat for the first time tonight.
Yep. Very effective pick here in the castle stage. Wait, what?
Freefy's on D.Va.
He is on D.Va, dude. And I was talking about this in the pre-show. Freefy is a flex master. He's played all 3 roles this season. He's played so many heroes. He probably has the most played this season.
Definitely has the most played at a high level. But we are heading into this fight as Freefy is going very deep. And that flex master is just going in. And he holds his back. How in the hell? He was a great bait for his team as he set up all of his teammates to just shred through 3 Dans 1 cup.
Yeah, and it's going to be really tough for 3D1C to get a good hold now. Spagooter's super high energy on the Zarya. And Senpai, he's hitting the shots. He's dialed in on this screen.
Here we go. A Transcendent touch, though. Going to give a chance here now. Cuban Pete charging out of the spawn. Josh Danko chucking out the tire. This could be the chance. What can he find as he has lost a lot of teammates? The tire finds nothing. And it's looking like this is going to be a full push out of all Dab No Blab. 2.5 minutes remaining. They get all 3.
Yeah, and once again, it seems like 3D1C, they're falling into that trap where they don't really manage their resets wisely. They're not getting as many fights as they should on these defenses. Turned aimbot on. Yeah, that's why he disconnected, right? He just needed to enter in his credit card number again or something. I don't know how hacks work.
I don't know, man. Would you trust a hacker with your credit card number? You better get a burner card for that.
That's a good point. Yeah, well, 2:29 was the time for all Dab No Blab. And we'll see what casting couch. I wish 3D1C can do on their offense.
Yeah, so Eichenwald, another one of those maps that honestly I hate to defend, or I hate to attack second. There are so many places where teams full hold here, either full hold on the first point or hold on the second point. It just, it's a very difficult map to attack. And if you're attacking second, now 3-1 cup, they know they're going in here. They have to push all 3 points. It can be stressful.
Yeah.
Especially when you round one of those corners and you see the scary, scary side of new Torbjorn.
Yep, absolutely. And looks like they're going to run a composition they've been running so far tonight with a very good amount of successes. Heron with that pharmacy up in the sky, and TR Dirty Dan on that Hanzo.
Yeah, so this is a pretty solid combo. That was just a Mighty Wolf nearly got picked early, but the turret will go down to start this off.
Creepy now on the Torbjorn. That's something to take note as well. They're running the defensive form as well.
Yeah, he's strong, man. He's like, ooh, Senpai doing a good job, putting a lot of pressure on Heron here. But as I say that, gets fire struck.
Oh, Senpai is hitting himself now. That is, as a DPS player like that, when you play behind Reinhardt's shield and you get fire strike, it's the worst feeling. Yet it might have caused it the point here. It's a go button now for 3D1C as they push in.
Yeah, these picks coming through QB. He is nice, deep, and shielded. That, I don't see any way that the dabs are going to get to this point. That is first point going over, but they should have plenty of time to get a proper setup here to defend point 2.
Damn, that was fast. Some good work out of 3D1C.
Oh, but Heron, he says, fuck letting you set up. Heron is doing such a great job pushing forward here.
Oh, there it is, Heron. Through the Discord. He had the Mercy Pocket, though. Takes out Senpai.
It's, the action stops, but it won't. Heron is so big.
The Thorn base goes down now, too. It's happening all over again, but on the opposite side, Zed nearly escapes with his life from that Torb turret.
Senpai once again going back to that Widowmaker. He says we have to stop letting Heron happen. But this card.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, I think maybe finally 3-1 Cup bit off more than they can chew. And unfortunately, this cart will not make it all the way up the hill here. But there's still a lot of ults available for both sides, so this is going to be a very costly next team fight most likely. But 6 ults now available for 3D1C. So let's see what they can do.
Heron is like, he's aiming to throw rockets at Senpai. You know, he's taking the risk and peeking, but just throwing out those rockets and just trying to, you know, dislodge him, to sort of disrupt him.
Here we go, Josh Danko, he gets the grab, but there's not really anything that follows into it, but it might not matter as Heron with the pocket of Zenegas is going big. Dano making sure he does not lose anybody on his team, and these kills all going the direction of 3-1 Cup. Now, there should be a challenge here, but Sortame is going to be late to that party.
Yeah, and all that no they will have an opportunity to touch here. It's just a matter of which heroes are going to be able to do it. And the Dragon Strike comes out preemptively, trying to lock down that right corridor.
Yeah, but they came from the other side of your pet side with a huge hammer. Heron has to toss a rocket barrage up, but it's transed by the Mighty Wolf. And now this could be a major game-changing fight. Graviton comes out as Spagooter, and all these health bars are so low, but no one is dying just yet. Dirty Dan on the ground as the Hanzo trying to get these shots out. Finally, the damage comes through, and 3-1 Cup are going to get the second point.
Yeah, and we have some retreating members. Can they get picked off? It's actually the opposite. Heron gonna get picked off by Senpai, no less, with the Hanzo arrow. And yeah, Free Fee switching over from that Widow to the McCree, a much better hit scan for this castle area. Heron still sticking unfair. Not a lot of, you know, it's a pretty short ceiling.
Yeah, it's working. As Senpai over to the Hanzo, maybe his 5th counter fire to pick up the map to see if he can get any momentum, but these health bars all low. Your Pendra charges deep, charges to his death, and now Josh Danko, he gets everybody in that grab. The damage is coming through. You don't need ults when you've got F1 5 people in the Graviton. Josh Danko may have just secured the full push for his team.
Oh my god, this is huge. Yeah, your Pendry's gonna be the only one able to touch here. He comes in on this Reinhardt, and he gets big enough before he can even touch. That's it.
I said there's a lot of pressure when you have to full push second on Icon Walls, but 3-1 Cup, they can live up to the pressure. They do it faster. And we are heading into extra rounds here. 350 to 229. Wow. And I want to give a lot of credit over to 3Dance 1 Cup right now. One real small nuance of that composition is that there is either an insane amount of pressure on the Pharah or a lot of pressure on the rest of the team. Because normally when you have Pharmacy, you just want the Mercy to pocket the Pharah. Everyone's aware of that. But they were running Zenyatta as the second healer. Zenyatta is not topping off your entire team. So either Heron has to have the trust to kind of go in solo and come back to his team for heals periodically, or the rest of the team needs to be so hyper aware and coordinated that they are only fighting as a unit because they know they will not have big team heals coming through a lot of the time. And no matter which side of that coin that 3D1C was going for, they were so good at it last round. Heron coming up huge in a lot of very difficult situations. His team, other than that one maybe over push towards the bridge, they were playing so well.
Yeah,
and this is the thing with 3Dance 1 Cup. When they're actually playing as a good team, it goes very well. And ran.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. It's looking very good for 3D1C, and there's pretty much everybody on this team is stepping up tonight. Everyone's had big pop-off plays. Dana22 on the Zen, Josh Danko on his Zarya. I mean, it's nuts.
Oh man, and Heron does get the kill on the Senpai, assist from both his supports to start this round off, and every second counts. There's only 2 minutes and 10 to go here, and Swordmate's getting picked as well. I don't know why the tanks are pushing forward, but your Pendrive needs to be holding that shield for his teammates. This is just not smart out of these tanks, but Spaguter finally going to be punished for it.
Yeah, and no, damn, another stagger, another kill.
Oh man.
3D1C.
And you see this surprisingly often on Eichenwald. These teams, they just get a little too aggressive here in this first choke, and suddenly you've blown a whole minute and you haven't done anything with it.
Yeah, I've experienced many sad solo queue games where your team just fails to even get anywhere close to this point. And, I mean, Heron now on this Pharah is playing into double hit scans, Soldier and McCree, but he's handling it with grace. Barrage comes through and he gets the bubble, it gets two. Enough of a win for him. The Helix Rocket takes him out on the other side, but it doesn't matter, it gets the res and another hold for 3D1C.
Yeah, and 3D1C, they only had to commit the one ult to that. They are coming close on a lot of others. Josh Danko only a few good shots away from a Dragon combo with Dirty Dan. And there is nothing no, there is. The Mighty Wolf just now gets his Transcendence. He has to save that for the Graviton, or this round will end. Preethi on the D.Va, maybe going to try to eat some part of that combo himself. As here we go. 38 seconds to go. And there it is! Preethi does eat it!
Well, it comes through Senpai, picks off Zed though with the... Oh, your Vendry flanks with the Shatter. It is huge. Danko and Dano are now down. And it's up to the DPS heroes here. What can they do to stall? But it won't be enough. Dirty Dan gets taken out by Baby D.Va. And yeah, time winding down. AD, no bad. All dab, no blab, taken.
I didn't catch what happened to that DPS ult there, but it was massive. As it's gonna buy Preethi yet another swap. He's going over to the Bastion here. They say in overtime, this will get us all of the way.
Yeah, and he is able to get set up on the cart. The bridge, or the gate is now going up, and the strategy is revealed. Bastion is on the cart.
Oh, there we go. Senpai with the first snipe win. Heron gonna try to take this. He does take out the Bash, but he loses life. There is no DPS available for either team. The tanks and the supports, who can come through? As Dano is popping the Transcendence, his team has the man advantage, and they're not gonna give him a pick for a few seconds here. But they are at spawn disadvantage. Preethi on that Tracer should be here any moment now, but this still is looking like a win. It is 3 versus 4 on this cart, but ticking away for the dabs. Just Preethi now on this Tracer, doing what he can to stall, but he goes down, and that is where the round ends.
Oh, damn, that was nuts. I mean, Senpai, he even got the pick onto Dirty Dan to start that fight, and Heron unloaded a bunch of missiles into a bubbled Bastion. Thought he maybe could have survived that, but man, 3D1C really coming in the clutch. And it's looking like it's their map to win now.
Yeah, this has been a very offense-sided Eichenwald, and they don't have to go very far past the first point. They've got 4 minutes to do it. And why not? They were so successful with this comp the first time. I assume they're going straight back to it. So how will the Dabs answer?
Yeah, and it looks like. Wait a minute, Freefy on the Bastion. Is this gonna stick? And yeah, it looks like it will. Uh, but Senpai's on the Widow, and it's an okay Widow point. I've had some discussions with other Widow players, or just other DPS players in general, and I don't know, it's kind of split 50-50. There's some good sight lines, but at the same time, this middle tower thing, it's pretty effective for Pharahs to stay alive.
So we'll see what they can do with it here.
Yeah, he's gonna have to be. Well, he's actually gonna play right. The Widow's gonna play right with the Bastion behind the Reinhardt shield, maybe. At least he's gonna just get some opening shots, and they're just gonna fall back and hold this this house right next to the point.
All right, everyone protecting the presidents. Tense as can be here is this first push going in. Heron just now going to be getting a peek at what the enemy is running. And there we go. A big boop. He takes your pen drive off of the high ground.
Oh
now
my God.
The damage going into
no.
free feet. He's able to survive with his life, though. But this is going to buy the time. Dan's getting onto this point, starting to pressure. Somebody needs to contest. It's already almost a tick going over before Spagooter gets on. But Freaky is down. The Bastion is down. They traded for Josh Danko, though. But I'm sure that is a trade that Danko will take. But maybe not. Cuban Pete goes down. No, this is good for the Dans. They get the res onto Danko. And now Danny is putting out as many balls as can be. Heron, uncontested, up in the sky. This is slowly but steadily going in favor of the Dans, though. Zedekis does get picked by Freefy's Tracer, though, no longer on that Bastion. Heron finally gets an ult available, and this is it.
Yeah, the barrage really sealed the deal there. Freefy, he was able to come back on the Tracer very fast. He picked off Zed when he got back to the point, but it's just not enough. The ultimates were already built up for 3D1C. As they get on the cart, I mean, they got 2 minutes and 25 seconds.
They don't even have to get up this hill. They just have to get to this first corner, and they've already picked out the Mighty Wolf. The push was a success. The right play from 3Dans. Just keep one man on that cart as Heron once again putting out big damage here. Gets the kill onto Spagooter with his teammates. As Freefy has the recall, it's going to be hard for him to keep up this pressure. Your pen drive drops out of the cart, charges right past though, but now the kills, they are coming through. Your pen drive though, I think you needed a whole lot of that hammer, my dude. You had already won that fight.
Yeah, unfortunately, Shatter potentially wasted there, but Freefy coming in on the clutch. He goes in on the back line, gets the kill with the pulse bomb, gets another one clip on the other support, and saves all Dab No Blab here on Eichenwald.
But now look at this ult advantage. It is so huge for the team that only needs to go 5 meters, and Josh Danko wastes no time. Dab coming through, but a nice transcendence. And that was going to be enough. They withstand a bunch of the ults.
Yeah, the Mighty Wolf, I'm going to slide right into
What was that? Spagooter! No!
Oh, no.
That was one of the worst Graviton surges you will ever see. I'm sorry. Spagooter, my friends, my former teammates. You need every resource you can get. But now, a minute remaining, there will be sight available for the Dabs. They have to withstand a Transcendence and a Hammer out of the enemy team, as they are starting to close in a few ults, but not quite there yet. They need the pressure onto Dano, but they lose pretty Dan early, and they do pick up the pressure onto Dano. He had a bunch of Transcendence. Now Hammers are being traded in both directions. A pulse bomb comes through, and it's looking like the defense is going to hold this yet again. And now they've all been used.
Oh no, this is huge. Danko, just run off the edge, you can't.
Oh no.
Wait, he got the headshot on Mighty Wolf. I think that's worth it then. 20 seconds left, and you're gonna have 5 on 5.
Wait, no, who did he kill?
He killed Mighty Wolf on the Zen. He almost has a trance. He has to walk all the way back, but he does have a short path.
That could be fight saving. This is it. All on this one fight.
Yeah, and Heron, he takes out Mighty Wolf on his way back to the fight. Josh Danko, he dives in onto Sword and Mace. Purple comes through, Sword and Mace goes down. There it is, the card's pushing, no one's touching.
They stepped off!
Ah!
What a way for this to end! A gigantic grenade coming out of the Animaster sets a of the team fight win. I think even if there hadn't been a Cloud9 there, that looked very favorable. And a big part of it was because of this man right here, Heron 911. A cock the size of a whale this round. Just chucking in easy shots, chucking in hard shots, and he has dragged this team onto a 2-1 lead in this series.
Yeah, wow. 55 eliminations, 69% kill participation. This guy having the night of his life, at least one of his best nights here in Season 5. Into a team that has a very good hit scan player in Senpai. And even Freefy, he can flex onto the soldier. They've ran double hit scan against this. And he's taken that. He knows how to play against it.
And now, notable here, it looks like that was the end of Sorta Mesa's time window. So he is, I assume, dropping out as he is stopped playing Overwatch. So 3Dan's 1 Cup, they may have weathered this starting roster storm, and we may need to see a substitute coming in here for All Dab, No Blab.
Yep, and it would be Scarlet waiting in the wings as their substitute, who she's gotten a lot of playtime this season.
Yeah,
I mean,
I thought she might have been the legitimate starter for this team. The way they were playing her, I really wasn't sure.
Yeah.
But that will put them on even footing with 3Dan's 1 Cup, who have not been able to run Cruise Master all night due to time. So
yeah.
One sec here.
Yeah. There it is.
Scarlet
started playing Overwatch.
Started playing Overwatch. So.
And this changes the dynamic of their support line considerably, right? Because Scarlet's known for being a Mercy player. And Sword and Mace and Mighty Wolf are not, and they rarely have ran Mercy so far tonight. And it pairs well with Pharah, but it also pairs well with Widowmaker. So maybe we'll see Senpai play a lot of Widowmaker coming into this next map. It's not Junkertown, that's what I see on the back of my client, but it's Volskaya as our 4th map tonight.
Yeah, these teams, we got All Dab, No Blab going to try to force map 5, and man, that is tense to be doing here on a 2CP map. As Scarlet is going to attempt the Faker substitution, come in down 1-2, and have to win out.
Yeah, I mean, coming off that loss, I mean, it maybe kind of feels bad, right? Because it was a C9, but, shit happens. But even before that last round on Eichenwald, they had a kind of a sloppy defense. 3D1C just sort of flying through the map. And then you lose that, right? You're down 1-2 in the series, and now you have to sub in your sub. So momentum-based and mental-wise, it's not looking great for All Dab, No Blab.
Yeah, and especially because prior to that last fight, it looked like on resource management that the Dabs had taken control. I thought they were about to win Eichenwald. And it would have been such a crazy end, but they just, unfortunately for them, did not
execute. The Spagooter grab. That was it, wasn't it? Wasn't that the fight right before?
Oof. Yeah,
he wasted
completely wasted that grab. Was it 5 versus 1?
Yeah. Imagine if he might have been able to save it and use it on them as they approach the point. Heartbreaking. Small mistakes mean everything in Overwatch. Yeah. But
game of inches sometimes, and as but incredibly intense matches so far, and now we're finally onto what can sometimes be the most intense game mode of them all, 2CP, where the sky is literally the limit. You could go 100 rounds.
I guess the skybox is also the limit for Heron's Pharah. At least on this first point, I should say. Oh, actually, is there a ceiling on the second?
By the way, congrats to 3Dan's 1 Cup. They are currently up 12-1 in this series. As I see my wonderful cameraman. Well, this will be fixed soon.
Yeah.
Wow, thanks, Val, for the catching that for us. But this match, so we've got 3Dan's 1 Cup on the defense here, doing more similar stuff.
Interesting. Okay. We got 14 seconds left, so I don't expect All Dab, No Blab to roll out with 3 DPS on this attack. I actually imagine Freefy playing Reinhardt here. Nope, just kidding. They had the Pharah. Maybe your Pendry was the better Pharah player out of everybody, but Probably not. So it's gonna be Tracer and Widowmaker as their DPS heroes on the offense, and Heron scouting it out. He sees everything with the Sombra.
Yeah, but ooh, Free Fee going down bright and early. Scarlet down as well. Not the start that the Dabs were looking for.
Counter charge, nice. Your Pendry, purple. 3D once he pushing him. There it is. Another kill. More time lost. Yeah, when you play Tracer and you get headshotted by Hanzo, it's just like you take your hands off the keyboard. And
Yeah, you have to feel invincible as the Tracer, and then suddenly you're just dead.
Yeah, and oh my god, Heron so heads up. He spots out the potential Tracer flank and hacks him and takes him out.
Good stuff out of Heron, who is inching his way towards that EMP. And there we go, another long pick onto Senpai.
Oh, but there it is. Now they have the mercy. Yeah. So
I was thinking this earlier. I think these reses are the way a lot of these fights have gone may actually be very impactful. But there's a lot of ult going over as DPS going to be traded here. Nano going on the Josh Danko as your Pendry hammers into a straight shield. Now EMP on the back. A very slow fight with a lot committed, but Heron is kind of bopping up some kills. There's a lot of low health fires here. And Zedekis with a late Valkyrie. That was a mistake, but still a decisive win out of 3D1C.
Yeah, that's a big unlucky there with that Valkyrie at the end. But Cupid Pete blocks your Pendry's shatter.
I mean, what is it with these Reinhardts as the season has gone on? The number of hammers I've seen dropped into shields that were already up.
I know, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's getting worse and worse. The Hanzo play,
the mind games, everyone's just outthinking themselves.
Yeah.
But here we go. Graviton out of Josh Danko, very deep. They're gonna try to win this fight before it even starts. His Free Fee on this fire does get it deep, picks out the Mercy, but his team has very much lost this fight already.
And yeah, now
she's out of there.
We're under the 2-minute mark now. The halfway point essentially for any attack on a 2CP, and
yeah, this is rough. They have some ults, but if they want to make swaps, they will not get ults on new characters most likely. They're probably going to commit everything in this fight. Here it goes. Nano coming out. Nano, the Nano. Put it on the Cuban Pete.
No.
And your Pendry. Waste the ult again. Oh no.
Yeah, that's the big. Oh no. Spagooter, he almost has this grab. He has it now, but he's being chased behind by a Reinhardt. But 3D1C, they just crumble. They just all split up.
This fight is insanely split. I have no idea what that defense was supposed to be out of 3 Dance 1 Cup. They were defending 6 different points at once. And Senpai and Free Fee say, we will win any of these matchups individually. They come in, they get some opening picks, and then everything just falls apart. And it turns into a first point capture. And what did they commit there? You know, they lost the Reinhardt ult, but they didn't actually use it. It's essentially all off of one ult. Just Free Fee's rocket barrage.
Yeah, and it's looking very good as they roll into point 2 here on Volskaya. But granted, there is the EMP and a Shatter and a Dragon online for 3D1C, which are all great.
Heron needs to be preemptive here, and there are a lot of opportunities. Heron coming in on the back. Watch, here he comes, here he comes. EMP hits 4. Now Cuban drops the hammer. Senpai though tries to get behind, but Josh, he flicks, he turns, he kills Senpai. And the chance that all Dabs had to bail that fight out goes down the drain. 3 Dabs 1 Cup, weather that storm, and all it took was an EMP and a hammer.
Yeah, and Senpai, switching over to the Widow now. He tried to do that flank Deadeye that he is so known for. He always goes for these sneaky McCree plays, and it always works. He always gets the flashbang and then the hammer kill, but yeah. Josh Danko, his reaction time tonight is fantastic. He's always on point, looking behind his allies and protecting them.
It's a monster, man.
Yep, and we got a really long sight line here for Senpai's Widow, so 3D1C, they have to be very careful of that, but Senpai himself has to be careful of a Sombra behind him as well. Yeah, so just a poke. Oh, Senpai packed with the McCree now. Yep, that wasn't the pick against the Sombra, I guess.
Yeah, but this could be a pretty explosive fight. A lot of these ults starting to come through. We're going to have probably 4 or 5 a piece for these teams, as this has turned into a very long poke phase. As Sombra doing a lot of damage, this time finding out Scarlet early, but he will finally go down for his aggression. Will not be an EMP available for a moment here while he waits out a spawn, but I don't think Dabs are going to push too hard here. They want to wait out their own mercy.
Oh, man, Freaky, he's going in a little bit too far without his team there. His Mercy just got back up and is coming back to the fight, so not sure what the plan was there. Damn, 5 online for 3D1C. 5 online for ADNB, no blab. Oh. Ultimates galore. Will all of them be used in the epic?
Oh! Josh Danko goes down though, that's huge. That is the best player down nice and early. Heron trying to bail this one out. He gets an ICFP, but the Graviton out of Spagooter stops any follow-up. There is nothing, and Heron still loses his life. A lot of ults already coming through. And now Freaky in the back, he gets one as all of these ults are being up with the kills going the direction of the Dabs. Josh Danko gets the grab, but there's just not enough follow. The Dragon is just too late there on Dirty Dan.
Oh no, and the res even onto the Mighty Wolf as well, so there's 2 supports alive for ADNB, no blab on this attack, but it's really only 3, maybe 4 on the point to hack onto your Pendry. I mean, there's gonna be some people coming back here for 3D1C, so... And it's huge! The slam's huge with Cuban feet, he will get rezzed up, but there's no ball. No, there's the EMP over the top as well. 3D1C looking like they can clean this one up, and they hold the second point, not
They don't even give up a tick!
Yeah.
Oh, that looked like it was so decisively won by the Dabs. That is an absolute heart-wrenching play for them.
Yeah. Oh
if
no,
we're being real here, that's a tilter. That's the kind of play a lot of BOL teams, they think they won there, and then they don't even get a tick. There are a lot of teams that cannot come back from that mentally.
Yeah, and honestly, they played everything correct up until that point, right? 5 ultimates online for each team, and 3D1C, they used a lot of them right away. Maybe even too many at one time, and ADNB, no blab, they waited it out, and they spaced out their ultimates nicely. It's just that they couldn't finish off the last couple on point.
The trick is to let Josh Danko get picked early so that he can open the second half of the fight with a Graviton.
yeah, and also the pick. That's a good point. Yeah, they actually got the Josh Danko pick early on, too, so... It was really all that.
Now they are sticking with their stall picks here. Josh Danko 80% on that Veil, and they get the pick on the Mighty Wolf. This could be big. There's only 32 seconds available here, and there are about to be some staggers. Skylar gets a res onto the Mighty Wolf, but they might be losing some tanks in the meantime. Freaky goes down, but Spagooter's your pen dry. They do find a few picks. They find Heron as well. How did they do it? This looks so bad for them.
Yeah. Oh. Josh Danko is on that make.
No. He didn't get a Blizzard off. I said there was big stalls available, but they had to pop these ults. Now it's a Mighty Wolf. Okay, he's been very good tonight, but that transcends. You wanted to say if you just lost the second half point fight, save the transcendence. What can happen with these spawns? Heron coming out onto the Pharah. He's already lost a few of his teammates. He's lost himself before Josh Danko gets a Blizzard onto this point. Zedeck is trying to find some picks here. He found Scarlet. They're just stalling time, but now it's Josh. Both go down. It's 0 seconds remaining. All Dabs will get both points.
Oh, yeah. I mean, 0 time on the board, but you'll take it. It's a close one there. Back and forth. I thought maybe 3D1C would have had it after the Blizzard, but yeah, just not enough follow through. Obviously, when you're sort of staggering in and you throw the Blizzard out when your allies aren't around, and damn, this is a great series.
This really is. What a fantastic night of the playoffs. I'd always thought the BOL, we've had so many great regular season maps, but in some of our better seasons, I feel like the playoffs always a little more lackluster. Not the case tonight, as we are fast on the track to a second excellent series. I'm so excited to be casting this. Thank God my team lost. So what will the adaptations be here as it's 3 Dans 1 Cup going over to the offense? And well, what will the adaptations be? Absolutely nothing. We know this team by now. We know it is the small pool of picks that they would rather master, not the wide variety.
Yeah, and ADNB, no blab, they've shown tonight that they can switch it up a lot, and it always comes from their DPS players, right? They're very flexible. Free feet more than Senpai, but it looks like right now on the defense they're going to be running McCree and Junkrat. Maybe trying to hold this this first choke here with the Junkrat spam.
And 3 Dans 1 Cup is the team I wanted to be so bad. What do they play? 9-10 heroes tops? And yet,
Yeah.
they managed, no matter what counter picks are coming through from the enemy team, they always manage to just be one swap away from keeping the band together. And here they are, gonna try to push extra points here. Aaron already down, but remember, this is 3 minutes and 40 seconds available. All 3 Dance 1 Cup needs is a single tick on this point.
Wait, what? Oh, they didn't cap 2.
Sorry, no,
We're not
I'm
there
done.
yet.
I'm done.
Oh!
I'm too excited for extra rounds, but we're not getting them yet. But we're getting a little closer as Cuban Pete and Dirty Gain find a killer piece. They're marching through onto this point. 6 versus 3. Cuban Pete swinging away as your pen drive will not be able to solo an entire team himself. And that is a first point going over to 3 Dance 1 Cup with plenty of time.
Yeah, that's huge. And credit for all of that fighting, I think, has to go over to Josh Danko. His bubble management there was really excellent, and he got that high charge, and he just piled the damage through. He's hitting those right clicks, which is so important on Zarya. Really playing to a high level like he is.
It was so strange to hear that sound of just one person capturing the point. I've never heard that sound effect so slowly. So it does buy an opportunity for his teammates to push. But, they get the pick on the Mighty Wolf. That could be big. Aaron is down, but there is a grab about to be available. Freethy wants to end this fight early. Chucks in a haymaker. Doesn't find it. Dirty Dan snipes that tire out.
Yeah, maybe wanting to use the tire early before he gets grabbed, but the grab really only hits him on top of the ridge, but hits more. Dragon once again not combo together from 31T, but I don't think it matters. They almost have a tick here. Spagooter's on the ground. He's the only tank. He gets hacked now. Scarlet flying in the sky with the Valkyrie. What could she do here? She has to fly back down, and that's, oh my god. Oh! The purple comes through your pen right now. Mighty Wolf as a thing, that's it!
Not able to touch.
6 minutes!
Oh man, this is rough. All dabs, no blab. They are down 1-2 in this series, and now they have to hold for 6 whole minutes without giving up a tick to keep their season alive.
Oh my, dude, like 31C, they're throwing out these GRs, good round, dude. All dab, no blab is beyond broken mentally. This is the toughest thing to do in Overwatch, is a defensive hold for this long. It is so
6
hard.
minutes. 6 minutes.
You're right. Like, you have to be perfect with your ults, your positioning. You cannot get picked for free. Like, you have to make the enemy use stuff. You have to answer kills back.
Yeah, and the worst part is you get one guess at what comp to run because you do not get to swap. You will never have spawn advantage. So the comp you start with is the comp you have to hold with for 6 minutes. 6 minutes is so long. You can't cheese because they will just counter your cheese in one of their 20 pushes.
Yeah, you gather 6 Overwatch ultimates and you use all of them.
So Freefy and Senpai, the reigning BOL champions, thought they put the pair back together. They were going to run it back this season. But they are on the cusp of a situation they have never seen in the BOL. Being eliminated. Can they come through huge?
Oh
Freefy,
my god.
he was playing so far forward. And Dano, the Mano, so big tonight. We said it 100 times. Let's say it 101. Now the Mighty Wolf is down, and this might be it. Your pen drive is down. 3 days, 1 cup. They're methodically picking apart all dabs, no blabs. There is no one remaining to contest this point but Senpai, and now he is dead. Freefy trying to trace out of the backside. He won't get there. And 3 Dance 1 Cup win this insane series 3-1.
Wow, this is insane. This whole series was insane. To play the game, going over to Heron.
What a perfect intro. Is Heron coming through so many big EMPs. In Invaders Anonymous, we have a Horsecock DPS of the Month award. And if we had it in Overwatch, I think it's going Heron's way after that series. What a monster he was on both of his picks.
16 enemies EMP'd. I mean, there's only 3 rounds of play, right? 2CB can go 6, I think maybe even 8 rounds long. And this is... That's insane.
Yeah, that was what, 8 minutes of play? Well, 8 minutes on defense and 4 minutes on offense, maybe?
Yeah.
Wow. What an incredible series on 3 Dance 1 Cup, and they have to be feeling some positive momentum going forward as they will advance to our final week of the season. They will have a best of 5 against the Mad Cow Disease next week. And I mean, I think they have plenty of reason to feel good going into that series. I think they have real upset potential.
I believe so as well. It's not only did Heron have to like step up his game, right? Because he's playing sort of at a disadvantage, right? He's the Pharaoh one trick in a league full of diamond to master level hit scan mains. But he has shown that he knows other heroes. His Sombra has been excellent. And the rest of his teammates are all stepping up in huge ways. That just a great performance tonight from 31C.
Yeah, and that's enough. So that's going to do it, folks. Thank you to everyone that tuned in tonight for what was 2 incredibly entertaining matches. We hope to see as many of you as we can for our semis and finals next week, where we will see if we can live up to the hype we've generated so far. So, goodbye forever. Until next week.